co-promoted, and it was in Brisbane. So I have great memories of that Gold Coast and the fight in Brisbane. And I had been reluctant to tell the story of that promotion because it's hard for people to believe. Well, I got a witness here. Brantley was at that fight, as he told me. And this is 27 years ago. And Jeff Harding, who came from that area, in Atlantic City, in New Jersey, in the United States, won the title, the light heavyweight title. And because he did, I had options on his services, and his promoter was the late Bill Morty. So Morty arranged for us to co-promote a match in Brisbane against a fighter from England named Collins. And the way it's done apparently in Australia, everybody, when they came to the fight in this relatively small arena, had been entertained. That was part of the deal. You could drink as much beer and whiskey as you want, so everybody was pretty long in the tooth as they came in to watch this match. And the fight started, and Harding is beating the hell out of Collins, and everybody's happy. And then in the third round, suddenly Collins starts fighting back and is giving his all, fighting Harding, and looked like he's on his way maybe to winning the fight. And the bell sounds for the fourth round, and Collins won't get off the stool. And nobody could figure out why, but the crowd was very incensed. And Bill Morty, figuring that there might be a riot, came over to me and he says, "Bob, you got to do something." I said, "It's your country. What do you mean I got to do something?" But I got in the ring and, sort of out of my mind, looked at Collins, took the microphone, and called him a yellow belly, blah, blah, blah. You know, you're refusing to get off the school, that he disgraced the English people, that Parliament may fall, you know, because of his actions. And the crowd, having had a tremendous amount to drink, cheered me on, and they actually carried me from the ring, and that caused them to calm down. So I had very great, you know, memories of Brisbane, and I'm glad that Brantley is here, because nobody would believe a story like that, because I'm yelling at that guy, "You yellow," you know, he's a fighter, and I'm, you know, I'm a little younger, but still, you know, not the most imposing physical specimen. And, but he didn't get off his stool to attack me. I mean, he had enough fighting. So anyway, I would really love, to co-promote a fight with Duco in Australia. That would be a lot of fun, particularly in Brisbane, and maybe we'll do it. But I know that Jeff he's number 2 in the WBO, and he has a great career ahead of him. And my company, Top Rank, and myself, together with Duco, we're going to do everything possible to advance his career and to bring the welterweight championship to Australia. Maybe not against Manny Pacquiao. Maybe, you know, I can't root against Manny. I've been with him for so many years. But we'll see. The better man will win if the fight happens. And even if he doesn't defeat Manny, you know, he's a young man, Jeff is, and, you know, there are many opportunities that he will have to fight for a world title. So, Jeff, I want to wish you good luck. I know you're going to do well on Saturday, and it's a pleasure. Thanks to Dean that we'll be associated with you.
Thank you. Just before I ask Jeff to speak, I would like Dean Lonergan just to say a few words, just to indicate what the co-promoters agreement means with Duco events and how it will benefit Jeff?
I've got to be honest, it's very hard to follow Mr. Arum simply because this is the greatest promoter in the world, and I can't speak more highly or with more credibility than what Bob just did. If Bob says Jeff Horn's got the opportunity to fight Manny Pacquiao after going through Tim Bradley, you can bet it's going to happen. But this co-promotion agreement that we only signed today, basically any time we go and do a fight in America, we're going to be doing it with Bob Arum and Top Rank. And for our money, what that does for us is our fighters, and we're a very small boutique company, and we're only interested in the very elite. And we were tipped off about Jeff Horn 2 and 3 years ago with our matchmaker Stu Duncan, and he was one of the absolute must-haves. On the back of Jeff's talent, we've managed to secure the only television contract that any promoter's got in Australia. And you know, we're slowly working our way through. I think we had Jeff here for about 6 or 7 fights in New Zealand before that contract came to fruition. We've now got a long-term deal in place with Fox, and we intend at some stage to migrate Jeff into the pay-per-view ranks. But the best way to do that is to put great fighters up against other great fighters. And if you want to have a great fight in the welterweight division in the world of boxing, you've got to go with Bob Arum, you've got to go with Top Rank, because the 3 names that he mentioned, one is Jessie Vargas, the other one is Timothy Bradley, and of course Manny Pacquiao, 3 of the greatest names that are still active in the sport. So you would have seen that Vargas lost to Pacquiao only 2 or 3 weeks ago. I was speaking to Stu Duncan, our matchmaker, only a couple of hours ago, and he says Bradley's a tough fight, but it's a great fight that Jeff can win. Same with Vargas. So looking forward to working closely with Bob and to bring the big fights, not only taking Jeff to America, but also the big fights down in Brisbane. So looking forward to it immensely. So Jeff, if you'd like to come up and say a few words, we're very impressed with Jeff. You know, we're very selective in who we take. We have a number of boxers come and try and sign with us with Duco. We turn the majority of them away, and we only take the very best. And the things that we saw in Jeff is dedication to hard work. We love the fact that, you know, Jeff's a really wholesome family guy, married his childhood sweetheart, former school teacher. He's got to be the world's toughest school teacher, and that's one of the things, apart from the fact he can really fight. And at the end of the day, this is a sport where you have to be able to get in the ring and fight. And Jeff does that very well, and he's a respectful and great guy to deal with. We're looking forward to great things with Jeff, and we think through him we're going to help resuscitate Australian boxing. So he's carrying a big load on his shoulders, but I think he's a man for the job.
Right, it's a bit of a surreal moment for me right now, because I've just had Bob Arum talk about me fighting all these other big names in the sport, and it's something I never thought I'd actually meet Bob, let alone him talking specifically about me and other fighters. So it's a massive moment for me, especially because Duco's signed this contract to do work with Top Rank. It's going to mean big things for me. Not that we've been talking about fights with Pacquiao in the past for a long time now, and now that we've got Bob and his connections overseas, it's very realistic now that you can see it's so close to happening, especially if I can perform well on Saturday and have a very good performance. Hopefully I don't need any seasoning, I just need a little bit of salt or something, and I'll be right on the night. So yeah, I can't wait, and it's going to be a good future, I bet.
What I'm going to do, just for photo op opportunities, is if Bob, I could get you to stand up with Jeff and maybe shake hands. I'm going to take directions from you guys. But he can come up as well.
Bob's done this before.
Just put it down and bring him up, he does.
You get it.
Got the shots?
Thank you.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask Bob and Jeff to stay standing up here in front of the microphones, and then you can ask your questions.
This is the moment that
Okay, thank you. Bob, Are there any plans at all, or thoughts at all, to take Jeff to Vegas early next year for a fight with Bradley? Or
Well, understand, Vegas is only one city in the United States. So we expect next year to be doing fights, not only big fights in Vegas, but also in Madison Square Garden in New York, and also at Staples and Forum in Los Angeles, among other places, and maybe even a big event in Cowboy Stadium, AT&T Stadium in Dallas. You know, Jerry Jones has played. So I'm not going to limit taking Jeff to Las Vegas. That'd be great because I live there. But certainly I do anticipate Jeff fighting in the United States early next year. And I would like to do it within the first 3 months of the year.
the idea being that's against the Bradley, and if he wins that, then Pacquiao later in the year.
Yeah, well, you know, the truth is, you people know Jeff because you've watched him for years, and you've watched him in Australia and in New Zealand. But the American public hasn't really seen him, and it would need a really good victory over somebody like Bradley or Jessie Vargas to bring him to the attention of the public, because Pacquiao is at a level where he only fights pay-per-view fights, and so we'd have to take that initial step.
But it is possible, Bob, that Jeff could fight Pacquiao within
The
12 months.
the second fight.
Yeah.
Yes, because Manny told me he wants to fight twice next year.
Next year. This must be a dream come true for you.
Yeah,
I mean,
it is.
10 years ago, you were getting picked on at school.
Yeah, that's
By
where I was
school
getting
boys.
into fights and losing them at high school, and now I'm standing here next to Bob talking about fighting one of the best fighters in the world.
Yeah, by a guy who's promoted to Muhammad Ali
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Sugar Ray Leonard.
He's done it all before. He's
Amazing.
seen it all before.
Yeah, incredible.
And he joins really a stable of tremendous fighters, not only the three that we mentioned, but sort of in his weight category. I mean, Terence Crawford, the 140-pound champion, is a tremendous fighter, and he'll eventually be going up to 147. And by the way, he's fighting Saturday night in Omaha, and this heavyweight fight will be shown on a delay basis Saturday night with the Crawford Molina fight in Omaha, and also a fighter that we're really thrilled with, the Ukrainian kid, Lomachenko, who's the most unbelievable fighter you can see. I mean, just, you ever see Lomachenko?
I have. And
Isn't he something?
I've actually got a move that we call Lomachenko, where he goes body, uppercut.
Yeah, right,
We call
yeah.
that Lomachenko and works the treat.
Yeah, it's something special.
Jeff, does it intimidate you at all too that you could actually have that chance as well, that it's grown so quick that all this is coming at you very, very quickly?
Yeah, no, not really. Like I feel like I'm destined for these type of fights. I didn't start boxing thinking, like nothing's gonna happen. I'm just gonna have a few fights and go nowhere. I see myself all the time in that picture. So for it to happen now, I feel I'm pretty much nearly at my peak in boxing, around the age of 30. I'm ready for it.
And Bob, what is it in Jeff that you like, that, or are looking for, that he needs to pass for him to get those fights for you?
I'm looking for somebody who can really hold their own in the ring. You have to understand, I told people today, we had a press conference for New Zealand press, that boxing is going to be a global business. It's in China. We just did 90 million homes. Watch this Chinese fighter win a world title on the Manny Pacquiao card November 5. 90 million homes watched it on a Sunday morning because of the difference in time, you know, on a live basis. Boxing is booming all over the world. And for boxing to really succeed, we need great fighters from not only a couple of countries, but from countries all over the world. I mean, we have now good fighters coming out of the Philippines. We're developing good fighters out of China. A French kid just won the super heavyweight championship in the Olympics. He's going to be terrific. And Australia has a great tradition. And if we can get Jeff as the standard bearer for Australian fighters, that's terrific. We have this kid, Mick Conlon, who just fought in the Olympics and got screwed out of a decision by the judges, a horrible decision. And he's going to make his professional debut in Madison Square Garden on St. Patrick's Day. He's going to be a big, big major star. And that's what we hope to do, to grow, to have big, big stars from all over the world participate in boxing and become the champions of the future. Look at Lomachenko. I mean, he's won 2 world titles as a professional in 7 professional fights. I mean, that's incredible. And his teammate in the Olympics, the cruiserweight, Usyk, is a world champion. So, you know, we're getting terrific fighters out of Eastern Europe. Golovkin, Triple G is tremendous. And so it's becoming a really worldwide sport where countries and regions all over the world will have their top fighters. Murata, the Japanese boy who won the gold medal in London in the middleweight division, was one of the most popular sports people in Japan. Now, that's wonderful. And, you know, Jeff can carry Australia and New Zealand with him and come over to the United States. I mean, that just adds to the intrigue and the interest in boxing.
So on Sunday night, Jeff, I'm sort of tipping you're not planning to win a dull 12-round decision.
No, definitely not. No, I think the aim is to push the fight against Vaneka and make him work. You know, like, I never say I'm going to definitely knock a guy out, because sometimes they're just so tough and they don't go down. But I'm definitely going to be pushing him, and if he wants to quit at any stage and wave that flag, so be it.
Yeah. You're going to go for a KO.
That's it.
Where do you see Vaneka's strengths and weaknesses?
I think his height's his major strength. He can keep guys at range with his jab. Then once he's bound them, he throws a right hand, and usually it's a devastating right hand because he's got a lot of KOs from it. And that's where basically his strength is. If I can avoid his jab coming in and use my angles like Lomachenko does, I should be able to avoid those punches and take care of it.
Bob, how does Manny Pacquiao compare to the great champions that you had in the 80s, like Sugar Ray Leonard and Roberto Duran?
That's, you know, it's really hard to measure, because sometimes the nostalgia plays tricks on you, and you always want to think that the old guys somehow were better. But clearly the new fighters, like Pacquiao, sure like Jeff, have the benefit of advanced training that was unknown to fighters like Ray and Duran. They were tremendous fighters. I realize that it's so hard to compare fighters of different eras, because, I mean, look at other sports. Look at track and field. I mean, we had Jesse Owens and other great sprinters, and we said they were just amazing. Nobody could be as fast. And then you get this Bolt kid who made them look like they were standing still, you know, because of different training methods, different kind of equipment that they wear. So it's very, very hard to compare the old time guys with the current fighters.
All right, I think we might leave it there.